Let me open up in scripture. I'm going to open in Romans 12, 1 and 2. And it reads, as such, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Let me get down here. I don't like to sit behind podiums and stuff like that. I want to get down close with you all and be closer to the people's hearts and spirits. You know, how many people been to America? Very few people have been to America. Pastor Deborah, he went back into Babylon, as we call it, for those who know what Babylon means. He's going into the belly of the beast. Something that very few of you all even know what's going on around the world. Many of you all have probably been confined to your small cities and villages. But America, that so many people died trying to go over to, whether they're UK, Europe, don't realize what's actually happening. You know, I left America to come to a place that has still the Spirit of God. I'm transforming my family to Africa. So many people are leaving America because of what's going on. Let me share some things with you all, because there's a death going on that many of you all are trying to follow. As I travel Africa, I cringe when I see that the evil has crept into Africa. Now, of course, it's already written. Sin abounds. It's everywhere. There's no escape from this evil world. But in the scripture that I just read, it charged us that we should not conform to this world, but we should be transformed. And I'm seeing it. I see so many young folks here. This is the future. And when I walk around Africa, I'm seeing America, and I'm scared. I walk in places. I've been coming back into Africa for the last 5 years. Every time I come back, I see a change. I see the children dressing like Americans. Our beautiful daughters carrying on like prostitutes. Our young boys turning into thugs. Most of them greet me with, "What's up, nigga?" And I correct them. We see the dressings and women want to beautify themselves and men wants to adorn themselves with, the polos and the Gucci's and I see it everywhere. I see it. And you all don't know what's happening. If you don't have the spiritual discernment, you'll get sucked in. You'll get caught in. Because the devastation of what's going on is out of control. Let me share some stats with you. Let me share some stats so that y'all can kind of gather what I'm saying. First and foremost, the church has become empty in America. It's dying. And I have to attribute that to those who are responsible, who call themselves leaders. They've sashayed, played around, bewildered, schemes, plots against the congregation, against the saints. People who still want to be part of the world. They've ushered in the world. They've conformed. They promote the gay lifestyle of the LGBT. They're promoting sexual innuendos and pervertedness in the churches. Pastors fall every day. Bishops are falling every day to the sins that they claimed they've walked away from. And why is that? How is that? How is it? Because when I see this beautiful congregation, a lot of young folks that I see, this is the future, that you are the future. Who can hold on? But one of the contributing factors is that we've been faking too long. We play church, we put on the clothes, we sing the hallelujahs, and then we go back into what the world has called us to do. All short. Take it from me, I'm 55 years old. I've seen a lot of change, and there's things I thought I would never see our black people do. We had the families, the community. We had it. We were so strong in the faith. Today in America, gone. Families? We ain't got families. Very few families. The divorce rate is so high. They're saying it's like 70%. Crime? Let me share some chat stats with you all. There's been, since January the 1st of this year, over 250 mass shootings in America. What is a mass shooting? Mass shootings is anything that constitutes at least 3 to 4 people by one or more individuals to take out you. 250 times. They say the murder rate is up 30%. Over 123,000 people get killed just in murders. Y'all heard of the last mass shootings that they had in America? The racist guy went to Buffalo and shot up and killed 11 black folks. Then you had the young boy who goes into the elementary school and slaughter 19 kids. This is the sickness that goes on in America. We got fathers killing mothers and children, mothers killing their babies. We got the children turning against the mother. But it was written. It was written. And while we try to emulate and copycat America, that's all I hear. People, their eyes get big. Oh, you come from America. Oh, and they try to worship me because I come from America? The whore of all whores? Who sashay around? It was written about her. Because America is the so-called strongest nation that every country and kingdom bows to. Only because a person like me served in their military that I'm not proud to say. To fight to keep the wealth of those who are in control. I had to wake up one day and realize that. I was a warrior for the European and wasn't a warrior for the Lord. That I got blood on my hands. I have blood on my hands because I thought I was serving a country for a freedom. And that same country don't respect me because of the color of my skin. Yet it tells us you can be whatever you want to be. our dear, lovely, beautiful daughters and sons in this country of America want a gender switch. 5 years old, 7 years old. Boys want to be girls and girls want to be boys. Because of the sickness of the mentality of those who are in control, who wants to spread this garbage. And we're too ignorant to realize it, and we follow suit. I never would have ever thought in my life that black people would subscribe to homosexuality. I never thought black people in America would ever subscribe to calling their women bees. I never thought that a black man and a black woman could have such dysfunction that they destroy each other by the words of their mouth. This is what's going on. And guess what? It's coming in here. I see the music videos when I go in some of these places, and I watch as the youth attentively watch as it's going into their spirits. I watch it and I cringe. And the Lord says, what you gonna do about it? You either can continue to walk on or zip your lip, or you can open your mouth and share about the kingdom. Because everybody wants to be part of something. They want to be part of groups, associations, institutions, corporations. Everybody wants to be part of something. Over 800,000 children in America goes missing in 1 year. 800,000. Across populations, 2.2 million people. America has 800,000 children that goes missing in 1 year. That is a third of the population here in Accra. 800,000. They say 400,000 of these children are in sex trafficking. And these people grab these children and put them into sex trafficking. Our children. Drugs. 5 years I've been coming back and forth. 14 countries in Africa. I've smelled more marijuana in Africa each time I come back than I had before. It's here. You know, on my YouTube channel, people reach out to me around the world and ask me, where's the first place I should go in Africa? You've been to a lot of African countries. And I say, Ghana. Ghana. I said, Ghana, I love that you feel like you're in Africa. They still hold on to some culture, traditions of family. They have a sense of who they are as a people, though it's changing in the cities. It's changing really rapidly. But Ghana has a rich history, not only because of the slave trade. A lot of people come to Ghana because they want to reconnect. You know, our ancestors, you know, the only thing we knew in America is we arrived enslaved in shackles on this land as slaves. But we look across the Atlantic Ocean and say, our family is over there. Who are they? But the media shamed Africa. It's poor. Do you believe, people still believe that this notion that Africans swing from trees and run from lions? Today in 2022. Because of the narrative that they told everybody. Tribal wars, starvations, diseases. And I'm here to change the narrative to show people Africa is who our people are. And if we can get back to an old spirituality of the Most High, then we will be able to be successful in our daily walk. Because America is not where it is. Some people say, are you racist? Do you hate white people? I can't hate anybody that I just know how they are. There's a history that we know that in certain cultures it's just how people believe, and we subscribe to other cultures when we should hold on to our own. And this is the downfall in America with our people. But thankfully there are people who realize, I gotta get out of this mess. This is too crazy over here. I can't even raise my children. Can't even raise my children without them leaving the home, going into schools and being bombarded with all of these forces of evil. Drug overdose is so crazy. Drugs is everywhere. Over 107,000 people died just from drug overdose. 107,000. East Lagoon only has 8,000 people. It says, I think it's more than that, but that's what I found there. 8,000? 107,000 people dies from drug overdose. Homelessness. They talk about Africa being poor. They don't show y'all America in some of these cities. The homelessness is on the rise. 552 people are without homes that are on the street, live in tents, live in their cars. These are some of the stats that you don't know, but yet many of you all want to be like and go to. I was surprised, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't even know today was Father's Day until I got an email from this brother here, said Happy Father's Day, and then you sent me one after that. I said, Africa celebrates Father's Day? Now, I don't want to rain on y'all parade, fathers, all right? I don't want to mess up your day. But if we ask ourselves, why do we do what we do? Why do I believe what I believe? What I think, behave, whatever. We should challenge ourselves. Why do we do what we do? Where did we get this from? Because this is where the slowness, how we slowly are transformed into the ways of the world. And for y'all know, let me give y'all a little fact about Father's Day, okay? In 1972, Richard Nixon, he brought in Father's Day as a national holiday. Okay? A national holiday, Father's Day. I tell my kids, don't dare send me any message about the Father's Day. Even in us. Every day is Father's Day, but guess what? My children, in knowing I raised them in the Lord, that they are honorable, respectful, and have a love for others. That's my 365-day Father's Day. I don't need one day. Because Mother's Day was started in 1918, I think it was. Almost 52 years went by before they made a Father's Day in America. This is in America. But this is the trap. Let me read something to you all. Because this is, like I said, I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade. Alright? Not at all. But I'm just trying to show you. Very things that we do and emulate from the West is the very thing that sucks us in and then wind up being the so-called result that we see what's going on in America. Paul talked about this right here. Look at this right here. And I say this because TV and music is really the quiet spirit that comes and changes each and every one of you all. And if you want to be a father, you best protect your house through that TV, that computer, stereo, and be on your watch. Because it's coming for you and your family. I watched a show the other day, I say watch it, but I saw it on TV and I was like, Africa got like these little shows, these reality shows, you know, copycatting America. They got sitcom shows and stuff. Let me look at this. And I'm watching how the actors and the actresses are behaving like these American folk. And I'm like, that's not even African. This woman is yelling at her husband and he's yelling at her and they're carrying on just like Americans do. That's not Africa. I don't see that. I don't see that type of domination of a woman like, ah! Really? That's America. But guess what? That spirit will get in you if you watch it. And you're going to buck up against your wife and she's going to buck up against you. And you'll have discourse in your household. Me and Pastor Benjamin was talking about, you know, the agenda that is pushed through cartoons. The message that's sent through cartoons that you don't even see. That might be over your head. That your children, I saw a little baby yesterday, had to be about 3 years old. Everybody wants to pacify their child with this. Keep them quiet, give them this. They're watching it and everything and, you know, and soaking it in. Watching these cartoons. Do you know, just recently, last week, have y'all heard of Lightyear? The cartoon movie coming out? Yeah, it's, what was the Toy Story? Toy Story. The Muslim countries, 14 of them banned that cartoon from coming in, the countries, because it had a scene of two women kissing and they were lesbians. I said, what is Africa going to do about that? See, the Muslims, they're going to protect their youth. What is Africa going to do? See, the Muslims know. They don't know everything because they got a lot of problems too. But at least they recognize what's trying to come in and infiltrate into their communities, into their families. They can at least reject. I was just told that y'all up against this fight against the LGBT right now that's going on in y'all parliament right now. You know, the agenda's being pushed hard, really hard. And I do understand, because it's just the way of the West, how they do. They want to change the world into the way that they want you to be instead of the way God wants you to be. So I say this right here, coming from the writings of Paul. Let's see here. But now after that you have known God, or rather, are known of God, I'll turn you again to the weak and beggarly elements whereunto you desire again to be in bondage. This right here, I'm coming out of Galatians 4, verse 9 and 10. Whereunto you desire again to be in bondage. You observe days and months and times and years. I am afraid of you, lest I have bestowed upon you labor. Why am I saying that right there? Because this is the very thing that we celebrate, all these things and these holidays that come from cultures that has nothing to do with us. I mean, you know, we celebrate, like I say, Father's Days, Mother's Days, Christmases, and Easters, and all these right here, and they will put you in bondage. I've seen people every year, they've lost a loved one. Mom or dad, every Mother's Day, every Father's Day, their mourning's the day of depression. Hold up, 365 days out of the year. Why this one day now, all of a sudden now? Because you mean you gotta be sad and depressed on this one day? Oh, Christmas, Thanksgiving, oh, my family members, they're not here no more. They'll never be the same. You're depressed and you're upset because you're celebrating a holiday that puts you in bondage. This is how we are. But I don't want to rain on your parade on your holidays that you celebrate. But where did we get it from, though? It ain't African. It is not African. Let's go on to the next. Since it's Father's Day, fathers, I challenge you all to be the watcher in the front and the wives to be the watcher in the back. It takes a team. It takes a team. And once you two join together as one, you are a powerful force. I like to call it, what the Lord showed me, is that you can never experience the fullness thereof until you connect with the woman. That's experiencing the fullness of God. Why? Both was created and you become one. So then, as was said, man has become like us. I won't go down that road and talk about us, but anyway. But read Ephesians 6 and 11. It says, this is the charge to the fathers. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That's the spirit that's roaming this earth, just corrupting our people. And it's a challenge for a lot of people, to include me at times when you are surrounded by evil. That's why I had to get out of America. My wife will be joining me next year. I can't wait. And I'm trying to get my kids here. Because I see what's happening all around. They talk about Africa so bad, the media and everything. They make it seem like, there's people out here dying every day and killing each other. And it's funny. When I come over to Africa, people say, be careful. They look at you like you different and they might chop you up with a machete, whatever. And I'm like, no, I should be telling you, be careful. They shooting up they say it's over 56 murders per day in America, but at times, some major cities have more than that in a month. But we should stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but we really wrestle against these principalities, these spiritual principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. These are these people who control in this world. These are some evil people who come up with all this craziness. And then we gravitate towards it. We want to dress like it, talk like it, walk like it. We want to be part of it. And it sucks the life out of us. And the door is open already here in Ghana. Y'all see it. If you've been spiritually discerning, you see it. But I'm going to charge our men and women, our elders, is to talk to the youth and correct with love. Because the youth really wants guidance. They really do. So fathers, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. That means you got to be on watch 24/7. I constantly have to reassess myself. I ain't perfect, y'all. But what I'm saying, I'm perfect when I'm standing in the Lord. I'm perfect. And then sometimes you get disobedient, you step out, and you get caught and reminded, get back on track. It's that quick and easy. You can get so sucked in. And it takes a conscious effort. But don't put in your children's minds that the West is best. I hear that all the time. I want to send my kids to college over here to UK, to Europe, or so over here to America. They give you better opportunities. No, you're only worried about money. That's all you're worried about is money. Well, a lot of us, we need money. Use America, make America. Look, I get it. Did you know how many people who have sacrificed went over to America and then got into America and lost their souls, lost their families, wound up getting divorced? Interesting, because I know a lot of Africans over in America. Interesting. How did y'all get a divorce? You mean y'all came over here, fight to get in this country, and you turn around and y'all get a divorce? Oh, you got sucked in to the American way. Okay, I understand. This is true. You know, another charge to the fathers. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Go there. And it reads as such. Be sober. Sober. I had a lot of drunken days in my time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Well, I could put away some alcohol and all that right there, and I tell you, little did I know, I was a dead man walking. Aimlessly walking in life off of my watch. But it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, or the evil spirit, or the world system, your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about seeking whom he may devour. We're under attack, y'all. We already read spiritually, by principalities, rulers of darkness. We really are. How do we equip ourselves? God. It's God. I was 28 years old. I was about to commit suicide. This is America's way. Suicide is big in America. The pressures of America, trying to fit in and trying to seek all this wealth and riches and all these other things. And when you don't attain it, you get upset, you're depressed, you're down and out. You might lose jobs, whatever. 28 years old, I'm about to take my life. Never was in church, didn't know nothing about no Bible. The only thing I knew was there might be a God. I'll never forget the date, October the 7th, 1994. Fell on my knees crying and said, if there is a God, help me. Because I know I made the plan and all, ready to do this thing, and it was like, this ain't me. You know, this ain't no, this my brother, can you please stop for me, please? So, if you don't mind. Because I don't like sad stories with music and all that right there. I don't, because to me it's just, it's towards the itchy ear, in my opinion. This ain't no sad story to try to get nobody to go to God. Well, let me say this right here, because I want to just be serious with this. I didn't know anything at the age of 28. I was a rebel rouser, I was a womanizer, I was a drunk, I was a fighter, I was all that. My road came to an end. I was either going to take my life or cross over some other place that I had no clue what I wanted to do. But I was one of them that got sucked into the world. I hit my knees and I scream out, if there is a God, help me. Crying, snotting, 28 years old. And people would say, what happened? And they want me to describe what happened. I can't describe it, but I'll tell you this right here. At that moment in time, at that moment, there was a peace that fell upon me. And I tell people, that's the God I know. That's all I know. I know we have the Bible and all that right there. It's got stories that a lot of us can't even relate to. We keep telling them stories that were thousands of years ago. What about stories for today? Because everybody got one. All I know is that presence that was there in the room that helped me and put peace on me, I got up and I just walked straight. And then I got into something different. It was called church. 23 years later, I was moved to walk out of it and go into the world. I say this to my brothers and sisters. Live your life. Live it in the love that you have. Do not let the evil world tell you who you are, what you are, how you should live. Because it wants to have control over you. Life of freedom of God is that you can walk upright, have the love of God, have the salvation of Yeshua, don't say Jesus, but Yeshua. In that you shall find peace. My time is up, you all. Thank you very much.